Welcome back, everybody. If you are here watching this video, it might mean that you've been practicing with me every week as I upload videos to YouTube. I know I skipped a week for those of you who are paying attention. So thank you for being patient, waiting for this next video. So today I want to try to keep it short. All right, you guys are going to hear me say that often, and I have a hard time keeping things short when it comes to yoga, because I just love taking the time to really open up the body. Some of us need more extended time to open up and to, release the mind and to really come into a calm place. But today I'd like to keep it short if possible. You will need, for those of you, whether you're a beginner or not, I recommend having two blocks and a strap for this practice. If you're a beginner, you'll definitely need that. If you are a person who's a little bit more tight, not as flexible, especially in the hips and the quads, you're going to need these. So if y'all don't have props by now, please go buy you some. As you can see, every video we're pretty much going to be using them, okay? The props in a yoga journey are absolutely vital, no matter what your level is. It can be beginner, intermediate, advanced. The props are everything because the props help us to maintain alignment and proper form. If you are in a pose and your ego is like, no, I don't need no props, but you're straining or you're in pain, then yes, you need a prop, and you need to also be okay with that. Accept that. It's fine. That doesn't mean anything. It just ego check, basically, is what that is about. Trust me, I know because I've been there. All right, let's begin before I get to talking too much. We're going to spend a good portion of this session on our knees. So I would recommend, if you're on a hard floor, as you can see, I'm on grass, so not too bad. But if you're on a hard floor, either double mat. If you don't have another mat to double mat with, then what you can do as we are doing this portion on our knees is you can kind of just roll your mat up to about midway, and there you go. You have some extra padding right here. When we hit a down dog and your mat's rolled, kick it back, hit your down dog, boom, we come back to the knees. It just means you have to stop and roll the back of the mat up. Not a big deal. So let's begin. We're just going to take a few moments, find a comfortable seat on your mat. I do recommend, if you have, again, tight hips, tight spine, if sitting flat on the ground and upright, so not slouching, is uncomfortable for you. For most of us it is, so it's totally fine. For me, I've been doing this forever, and I still make sure that I have something under my butt when I'm sitting on the ground, because I can be comfortable, and then I don't have to worry about my back hurting and all these things. I can actually get into a quiet headspace. So it's important. Get a pillow, something firm though, not too soft, otherwise you're just going to sink right in. I do recommend a meditation pillow. Make y'all a list: blocks, strap, meditation pillow. All right. So come to the edge of whatever you are sitting on. Couches, pillow couches are usually firm if you're going to use a pillow. You can also take a towel and roll it up and put it underneath you and kind of roll yourself towards the edge. Or you can do the same thing with a blanket. Okay? Let's get to it. Pause it if you need to. But if you're with me now, when you return, find your seat, close your eyes, rest your palms on the tops of the knees so that your shoulders can relax, so you don't have to hold your shoulders up. Take a few natural inhale and exhale breaths, inhaling radiance and light and joy. Exhaling anything that you need to release in this moment, emotions, thoughts, or just simply mind stuff in general. A few more breaths like that. Inhale through the nose, breathing in calm and serenity and tranquility. And as you exhale, releasing what you need to release, feel yourself settling deeper into that tranquil, calm space. Let your breath, your exhale breath, carry you deeper and deeper into that space. We're just going to practice a few moments of mindfulness before beginning. Simply bring your awareness to any sounds that you hear in the space that you're in. This is tapping into your peripheral awareness, allowing any sounds to enter into your field of awareness, but without analyzing the source of the sound, without making a story about it or a picture. You're just observing sound. You're only receiving sound. So for this, try not to focus on a sound. Let your attention hop from sound to sound, like as if you're scanning the room, without labeling. If you happen to notice any types of sensations in the body, any sensations at all, sensations are feelings that you get from your senses. It could be the sensation of certain temperatures or tingling, buzzing. Maybe there's some tension or tightness. Maybe there's a pain or discomfort. Maybe there's a sense of pleasure. Any sensation in the body, if it grabs your attention, just notice. Again, observing, noticing this sensation in the body, not analyzing it or judging it. Sounds and sensations. This is called open awareness. Letting anything that grabs your attention come into your awareness, and then dropping that and moving on to something else. But we're focusing on sounds and sensations only. So if any thoughts come into mind and pass by, which they will, that's perfectly fine. I want you to notice, take a moment to acknowledge the fact that you noticed, and then come back to open awareness of sounds and sensations. I want you to do that every single time a thought comes into the mind, pulling your awareness away from sounds and sensations. This is training the mind. It doesn't matter how many times that happens, how many times thoughts distract you. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you notice, and that you acknowledge that you noticed, and that you come back to directed attention, which at this point are sounds and sensations. Now, drawing the awareness, internalizing it more, bringing your attention, direct your attention to the sensation of the breath in the chest, meaning Notice all the parts of the chest and around the chest that expand with inhale. That is a sensation. You may notice the upper sides, the upper ribs expanding, so each side of the chest. You may even notice the back of the chest expanding or inflating. And notice the contraction of the chest as you exhale. That's also a sensation. But be very detailed in this awareness. Notice it with great detail. And this is so the mind doesn't get bored. If you're just watching the chest rise and fall, as simple as that, eventually your mind will become bored of that. But with every single inhale, I want you to pick up on 2 or 3 different sensations that you feel in the chest area from the breath. And again, your peripheral awareness is always on. So everything outside of the attention on the chest is really just in the background. Sounds and sensations, bodily sensations and sounds around the room. You still are aware, but they're in the background, as in not taking central focus. Your central focus remains on the chest. Noticing the sensations in the chest, around the chest with every breath. If anything in your peripheral does take main attention, it's okay. Notice, acknowledge that you noticed, and come back to your focus on the breath in and around the chest, the sensations. Trying to detect 2 to 3 different sensations with inhale and with exhale. Bring your awareness now to the breath, the experience of the breath in the nostrils. For now, just notice in or around the nostrils where you feel the breath most intensely, the sensation of the air from the breath. Maybe even noticing the temperature of the breath. Where do you feel the sensation of the breath most intensely? And when you find that, focus there. If any thoughts, bodily sensations, or sounds fight for your main attention and win, that's okay. Again, notice Acknowledge that you noticed and come back to the sensation of breath in or around the nostrils every time. At the beginning of your next exhale, begin to count the breaths backwards from the number 9. One full inhale and exhale is one breath. Release the count of the breath. Whether you finished or not, it's okay. No matter how many times the mind wandered, it's okay. This is practice. Bring your hands together, palms together, prayer hands in front of the heart, or any mudra you'd like to take, and just take a moment to find gratitude and anything you'd like to acknowledge gratitude for, no matter how big or small. Just take a moment to find the gratitude in your present life experience. And when you guys are ready, you can open the eyes. We're going to begin coming onto hands and knees. Coming onto hands and knees as if we're going to do cat-cows. Go ahead and walk your hands towards the top of the mat so your wrists are a good amount forward. And then arc your spine here so it's like a cat-cow but with hands forward. Arc the spine, lift the chest, and look up and breathe in. Exhale, round the spine, bring the chin down to the chest, tail tilting down. 2 more. Inhale to arc the spine, lift the chest, look up, breathe into the throat. Exhale to round. Make sure the chin comes down to touch the chest and you're really rounding the upper back and then tilting your tailbone down. 1 more. Inhale, arc the spine 1 more time. And this time, as your spine has an arc in it, lean forward, so shift the hips forward just a bit, and then lower chin and chest. Straighten the legs out behind you, and then inhale, cobra. So lift the chest as high or low as you like. Exhale, bend the knees, tense your fingers, and then bring the forehead to the mat. Keep the hips up, and the forehead comes to the mat. If your forehead can't reach the mat, grab you a block and place it in between the ground and your forehead. So keep the fingers tented. As you can see or feel, it's really opening up the chest and the armpits. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale, draw the belly button up towards your spine. Inhale, walk your hands towards you, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, pray your hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Look at your hands, your fingers. Exhale, palms down to the mat. Round the spine. Inhale, arc the spine, lift the chest, walk the hands towards the top of the mat, shift the weight forward, like bringing the hips slightly forward, and then exhale. It's like doing a girl push-up. That's the position you want to be in. And as you exhale, you're going to lower chin and chest. Keep your elbows going towards the back, so your elbows are hugging the sides of the body, not out to the sides, guys, okay? So push-up style. Exhale, chin and chest. And then straighten legs out behind you. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Inhale, lift into baby cobra. If your shoulders are shrugging up in cobra, push down a little on the earth and press your shoulders down the back. May help to squeeze the shoulder blades together to press the chest, the sternum forward. Exhale, bend the knees, curl the toes, keep the hips up high. Come to your tented fingers and lower the forehead to the mat or a block. 3 full breaths here. Inhale big into the chest. Feel that inflation rising up into the chest and the armpits, out to the sides. And exhale, press your belly button towards the spine. 2 more breaths just like that. Inhale, walk your hands towards you and sweep the arms up overhead, coming onto your knees, hands in prayer. Exhale, prayer hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead, looking at your fingers. Exhale, palms to the mat, round the spine, chin to chest, tail tilts down. Inhale, arc the spine, lift the chest, look up. And then walk the hands towards the top of the mat. Shift your weight forward slightly, and on an exhale breath, lower chin and chest. So the butt is still up. As you inhale, straighten the legs out behind you. Baby cobra, lift the chest. Press the tops of the toenails into the mat. Yes, exhale, bend the knees, hips up, tent the fingers, walk the hands forward so the arms are straight. Lower the forehead to the mat or a block. 3 big breaths, inhaling to inflate the chest in all directions and exhaling to squeeze the belly button towards your spine. On your next inhale breath, walk the hands towards you, sweep the arms up overhead, look at the hands in prayer. Exhale, prayer hands to the heart. Coming into this next pose, it's called rabbit. You want to make sure that as you're doing it, this is your first time, it's stretching the back, the upper back, and the back of the neck. So make sure your toes are curled. You're going to bring the top of the head down onto the ground, but you're bringing your face towards your knees as close as you can. So there's going to be a rounding in the spine, and then you reach back with your hands and grab your heels. You're on the top of the head, but towards the back, all right? Because you want to stretch the back of the neck. So bring the chin all the way to the chest, and then lower the head. Reach back with your hands, grab your heels, and just let your heels kind of push towards the back of the mat, pulling the arms back. Your upper back is rounded. You're feeling the stretch in the back of the neck. So now take deep inhales into the chest. And exhale, squeeze the abs. 5 breaths like that. You can even lean forward a little bit if you want to rock forward just a little, giving a deeper stretch, more intense stretch in the back of the neck, the upper back. The chin is to the chest, so you're focusing your breaths in the chest since the throat is a little blocked off. Inhale, uncurl out of that. Sweep the arms up overhead, hands in prayer. Exhale, prayer hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, hands in, look at the fingers, hands in prayer. Exhale, bring the palms down to the mat. From here, you're going to inhale, extend the left arm forward and press the right leg back, but I want you to press through your right heel. So imagine there's a wall back there and you're placing your foot flat on the wall, but press the heel back. All right, so the toes are curled. Inhale, reach out both directions, creating length. Exhale, squeeze the abs, bring elbow to touch the knee and round your spine. So you got to push down on the ground with your right palm to round the back. Inhale, straighten out, really stretch and reach. Reach with your fingers and press back with your heel. Exhale, squeeze abs, round spine, knee to elbow. One more time. Inhale, reach forward, press back. Maybe even lift the arm a bit, lift the chest. Exhale, squeeze abs, round spine, knee to elbow. Other side, so drop the left palm to the mat, right foot. Extend right arm out, left leg back, press back and reach forward, lift a little. Exhale, squeeze abs, round spine, knee to elbow. Inhale, straighten out, reaching and pressing, lift. Exhale, curl, squeeze, round. One more. Inhale, reach, press, lift. Exhale, squeeze, round, and curl. Elbow to knee. Release that to the mat. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead. Look at the hands in prayer. Exhale, prayer hands to the heart. You guys are doing good so far. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, looking at the hands in prayer. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips and step your right foot forward. Just like that. All right, guys, so from here, grab your 2 blocks. Bring them for now kind of towards the hips, where your hips are, okay? And for now, put them on the highest level. You'll see if you don't need them on the highest level, you can always lower it to mid-level or lowest level, okay? All right, bending into the front knee, the right knee. You're going to inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Now walk your right foot forward just so that the ankle is just slightly in front of the knee, slightly. As you exhale, bend into that right knee and bring your hands down to the blocks. Now you may have to readjust them. Bring them so that your arms are aligned. Make it make sense, all right? You may have to bring it closer to the body, farther away. You may have to readjust yourself, but you want to be able to push your palms down on the mat. On the blocks. Push the palms down to lift the chest up. Deep inhale here. Exhale, bend deeper into the right knee if your palms aren't touching. And then exhale, push into the blocks. Inhale, lift the chest up. And it's a gentle push into the blocks. Exhale, deeper bend into the right knee. Push into the blocks, keeping the chest lifted. Maybe drop the head back a little, look up. Keep pressing down in that right foot. Press it down and forward. Inhale, lift the chest up, push the blocks down. Exhale, draw the belly button towards the spine. Inhale, chest rises towards the sky. Exhale, push the blocks down. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, hands in prayer. And as you exhale, prayer hands come to the heart. Step that right knee back. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead, look at hands in prayer. Exhale, hands on hips. And step the left foot forward. Walk that left foot slightly more forward than you normally would. Inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead. Kind of bending back, leaning back. Exhale, hands come down to the blocks. Inhale, bending into that right knee. Exhale, push down into your blocks. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, you have more space. Inhale, chest lifts up. Exhale, bend into the left knee a little more, lowering the hips. Inhale, pressing into the blocks. Lifting the chest up. Exhale, draw the belly button in. If your chin is kind of poking up, sticking out, just bring it down and back. So we're keeping the back of the neck in alignment. Inhaling so the chest lifts and exhaling, pushing down slightly. Squeezing shoulder blades together. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Look at the hands. Exhale, bring the hands to the mat and step that right foot forward, folding over the legs. Let's take ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows, chin to chest. You're just dangling, so bend the knees so that maybe the belly can rest on the upper thighs. The bottom of the belly resting on the upper thighs. And just allow the head to have its weight. Let gravity take over. Breathe big into your lower belly here so that it presses into the upper thighs, creating some expansion in the lower back. Feels good. As you exhale, maybe you want to just pull your elbows down with your hands, bringing yourself a little lower. Next exhale, release the hands, keep the chin to the chest. Let's slowly roll up. Go slow. If you want to speed up, don't. Resist. Resist the urge. The ego wants to hurry, hurry, hurry. No ego. I'm taking some time for me, and I'm taking my time. I have time to take time. All right, guys, so this next one's going to challenge your balance, but it's fun. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead. Look at the hands in prayer. Exhale, prayer hands down to the heart. For now, bring your hands on your hips, your tailbone. If this is kind of naturally how you stand, which most women we do, I want you to tilt your tailbone down, which is going to bring your pelvis up, right? So it's like this is a tilt. Here's the regular way. Here's the tilt. You can even take your hands on your hips and feel the tilt. This is tilting back, tilting down and forward, okay? Now go ahead and shift your weight into the right foot. You're going to be balancing on the right foot first. Bend the left knee and reach back with your left hand and grab the top of the left foot. Now when you do that, your left knee likes to press forward. Bring that left knee so it's flush with the right, okay? That's first thing. So it's almost like right now I want you guys to just press the inner knees together just to make sure that they're in alignment. Right arm goes up. Now as you exhale, what we're going to do is you're going to begin to lean the upper body forward. Your goal is to bring the upper body parallel with the ground as well as the left thigh parallel with the ground. You can have a micro bend in this right knee if keeping it straight causes you to lock it out or is not helpful for you balancing. But as you're bending in the right knee or not, press, grip the mat, the ground with your toes, as if the toes are fingers and you're gripping for balance. Keep your abs engaged, your core. Keep the right arm straight, reaching forward. And keep pressing the left knee up. To come out, maybe slightly bend the right knee and bring yourself out of it the same way you came in. With grace, even though you're wobbling. Lower the left foot down. Wiggle it out if you need to. Wiggle out right foot if you need to. Hands on hips. Next side, tilt the tail down. Pelvic tilt. Shift the weight into that left foot now. Boop. Bend the right knee. Reach back, grab the right foot. Keep tilting this tailbone down. All right? And now bring the right knee flush with the left knee. Press the knees together, the inner knees. You might want to stay here for a bit and get your bearing. That's fine. You don't have to go at my pace, okay? Take your time. Go at your pace. You can pause it. It's a video, so that's the cool thing about it. Left arm goes up. Same thing. Take your time. Don't rush this. You may want to go here first. Find your bearing. Then here. Oh, I need to bend the knee. Find my bearing. A little further. Find a gaze point on the ground. It helps, and keep the abs engaged. Gaze and engage. Bringing the torso and that right thigh parallel. So once your torso is parallel, you may have to press that right knee up so that becomes parallel. Just go for the feeling. Don't worry how it looks. And breathe when you get to wherever you are. You may decide that where you are today is here. And we're going to work our way up to here. That's fine. But wherever you are, stop there. Go to a place where you can begin to focus on the breath and you're not so focused on your position. To come out of it, same way you came in, take your time. Bending into that left knee, gripping the mat with your toes. Yes. I'm wobbly too, but it's fun. Lower the right foot down. Wiggle out any parts of the legs that feel tension. Maybe your knee, like for me, my right knee did, but that's the bad knee. Bad knee. But whatever, I still do my yoga. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Look at hands in prayer. Exhale, prayer hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Look at the hands. Exhale, bend the knees. Let's fold over the legs. Chin to chest. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, right foot steps back. And this time, keep this right heel nice and high. So you're on the tippy toes of that right foot, right? The left leg is straight, or maybe it's micro bent. That's fine. But I want you to press that left foot down and forward. Grab your blocks. You might need them if your fingers can't comfortably come to the ground in this forward fold. Whatever level, okay? That's up to you. Inhale, lift the chest, kind of like a flat back, and then press that left hip back. See, because the left hip naturally is tilted forward, and then our pelvis is kind of tilting towards the right corner of the mat. That's natural. Press the left hip back so the hips are square, and fold over that left leg. Inhale, bend into the left knee, lower the hips, lift the chest. Now you see how my left knee just went past my left ankle? That's bad for the knees. So if that's happening to you, walk the left foot forward until it's stacked so that you can lower your hips enough, lift the chest. So your hips are surrendering to gravity here, okay? Let them go. Exhale, straighten that left leg, press the left foot forward, down and forward, and fold over left leg. The way that you fold in yoga is you press down with your core. Inhale, bend into the left knee and lower the hips and lift the chest. Hips down, chest up. Exhale. Straighten left leg, pressing left foot down and forward, and fold over left leg. Inhale, bend into the left knee, hips down, chest up. Exhale, lower right knee, step the left knee back. Your hands should already be quite forward, but if they're not, walk them forward, arc your spine, shift the weight forward. Girl push up, lower chin and chest. Inhale, straighten the legs to lower the belly, press the tops of the toenails into the mat, cobra, lift. Press the sternum forward. So a good way to press the sternum forward is with your hands, pull the ground towards you. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Exhale, bend the knees. Down dog. First down dog. Press the heels down until you feel a good stretch in the calves. It doesn't matter if they go flat or not, guys. Okay, if mine do and yours don't matter. Inhale, right leg up. Bend the right knee. Open up the hip so it's like you're trying to kick your left hip with your right heel. Exhale, step right foot forward. In between the hands, top of the mat. And then lower the left foot so it's at a 45. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale. You're going to bring your arms straight in front of you. And let's see, I want to have you guys take the left elbow under the right. Cross the forearms, hook thumbs. If you can't do eagle arms, then reach back. This is where you might need a strap. You may or may not. Either take eagle arms or reach back with your strap. Either interlace your fingers so that the palms are pressing together. If your palms can't press together while you straighten the arms, you need a strap. So take the strap and use your strap. All right, so this is one option. Eagle arms is the other. If you've got eagle arms with me, inhale to lift the chest. If hands are behind the back, press the knuckles down and lift the chest up. Exhale, we're folding to the inner right leg. If you got eagle arms, bring the elbows to the belly button. If you've got straightened arms behind the back, press the hands towards the top of the mat and press the knuckles up towards the sky. Inhale, lift elbows up. Lift up with whatever you have. Elbows come all the way up with eagle arms. Exhale, fold to inner right leg. Knee, elbow to knee, belly button. Hello. Inhale, elbows come up, pointing the elbows up to the sky. If you've got arms behind the back, your chest is pressing up to the sky and your knuckles are pressing down. Exhale, fold to the inner right leg. Inhale, coming back up. Unravel your eagle arms. Drop your strap or release the interlaced fingers. And exhale, straighten that right leg. Reach, come arms into a T facing the left. All right, so back foot 45-degree angle. Right toes directly forward. Arms in a T, torso facing the left side of the mat. Exhale, reach right arm forward. Kick that left hip out to the back of the mat. And bring your right hand to the outer right leg on the ground or on a block, guys. Okay? Reaching left arm up. Turn your head and gaze at your left fingers. Keep pressing that right foot down and forward. And keep pressing into the outer edge of your back foot. Big inhale breaths into the ribs, especially the right ribs, where that right lung is a little more collapsed. So fill it up with breath. Exhale, left hand comes down. Lift that left heel up and step it forward, folding over the legs, chin to chest, top of the belly bottom of the belly to the top of the thighs. Inhale, flat back. Shoulders press down the back. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead. Let's rise to stand, hands in prayer. Exhale, prayer, hands to the heart. We're going to do it again. Our balancing, I had to think about it because I was going to have you guys do one round, but I think 2 would be good. So, hands on hips, tilt the tailbone down. Let's start on the other side this time. So, left leg, shift the weight, boom. Tilt the tail down. Kick that right heel to the right butt cheek. Grab the top of the right foot with the right hand. Align the knees. Press the inner knees together. Left arm up. Suck the belly in. Squeeze the abs. Keep engaged at the core. Stay strong. Maybe micro bend the left knee. Grip the ground with your left toes. And begin to fold towards the ground with the goal of bringing the torso parallel with the ground and the top of that right thigh. So you got to either pull it up with your hand or press the right knee up. If you want to get a little more advanced this time, kick the right foot into the hand. So you're pulling your right arm back with your foot by pressing the foot away and pressing the right knee up. Woo! If you fall, that's fine. Your body is calibrating. Keep going. Take your time, though. Don't let a fall bruise your ego. Breathe wherever you are. Find a spot to breathe in. And coming out the way that you went in. Lower it. Wiggle out tension. I know I said this was going to be short. We're almost there. Promise. Right leg. Shift the weight. Tilt the pelvis. Bend the left knee. Grab the left foot. Press inner knees together. Right arm goes up. And begin. Bend into the right knee a little if it feels good. Grip the ground with your toes. Begin to shift forward. You want your toes to be the foot that's on the ground. Everything's aligned. Toes are pointing directly forward. Suck the belly up. Squeeze the abs. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath at any point. Use your breath to make those gradual movements of progress. Inhale, do something. Exhale, do something. Inhale, do something. Exhale, do something. And then when you find a spot, stay there and just breathe. If you let go of your belly, bring it back in. Don't let that left knee go out to the left. Coming out the way that you came in. That's some ankle strengthening, right, y'all? Heck yeah. Wiggle it out. Wiggle it out. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead. Look at the hands in prayer. Exhale, prayer, hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead, hands in prayer. Exhale, bend the knees and fold over the legs. Chin to chest, belly to thighs. You can bend the knees here if you need. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot steps back. Step it back far. Keep that left heel nice and high, guys, so you're really on the tippy toes, like the ball of the left foot. Take your blocks if you need them, because we're folding over this right leg. Take an inhale, flat back, so shoulders down the back. Press the chest forward. And then exhale, fold over that right leg. Squeeze the abs to press down. And then kick that right hip back a bit, so we're squaring the hips. Inhale, bend into the right knee. Lower the hips, lift the chest. Make sure the knee and ankle are stacked. You might have to walk your right foot forward a bit. I got super long legs, so I'm taking up the whole mat damn near. Inhale, lift the chest. Lower the hips. Exhale, straighten right leg. Press that right foot down and forward as you straighten the leg to press the right hip back. Exhaling and folding over right leg. Squeeze the abs. Inhale, bend into the right knee. Lift the chest, lower hips. Exhale, push away with the right foot to straighten the right leg. Press right hip back as you fold over the right leg, squeezing the abs. Inhale, bend into the right knee. Lower hips, lift chest. Exhale, push the right foot down and away. Straighten right leg, press right hip back and fold. Inhale, bend into the right knee, lower hips and lower left knee. Right knee steps back. Walk the hands towards the top of the mat. Inhale, arc the spine, slightly shift the weight forward. Exhale, lower chin and chest. Inhale, straighten legs, lower belly, cobra. Press the sternum forward. Pull the mat towards you to press the sternum forward. Exhale, down dog. In down dog, this is the best place to really see what it feels like to suck the belly in and up because of gravity. So your stomach should feel like a little vacuum. So kind of do that here. On your next exhale breath, suck your belly in and up. Inhale, left leg goes up. Press that right heel down, left leg up, bend the left knee and stack the hips open to the left, like you want to kick your right hip with your left heel. Exhale, squeeze your abs first and then step left foot forward in between the hands, top of the mat. It does not matter if you don't get there on the first step or if you have to lower and then step, okay? Lower that right foot, so right foot's at a 45. Bend into the left knee. Inhale, sweep arms up overhead. Take the same variation you took on the other side, whether that's hands interlaced behind you, pressing knuckles down, chest lifting up, and folding to the inner left leg like that. For those of you who are taking eagle arms with me, this time right elbow under left, cross forearm, hook thumb. Inhale, lift the elbows up towards the sky, lift the chest. You're going to bend back a bit, more than a bit. Exhale. Press into the outer edge of the back foot as you fold to the inner left leg, bringing elbows to touch the belly button. 2 more times. Go at the rhythm of your breath. Hold but also trying to take your time with breath and movement. Just don't strain. If you're straining, that means turn it down a notch or two. Make it a little easier for yourself. You may want to take a breath in between each movement. Inhale to come up, arms up overhead. Exhale, open into T-arms to the right. Straighten that left leg. Reach forward with your left arm, kick the right hip back. And then exhale, left hand to the outside of the left leg on the ground or a block. Right arm reaching up. Press the shoulders down the back. Turn the right palm, twist it so it's facing the front of the mat. And gaze at your right fingers. Breathe deep into the ribs, focusing on inflating the left lungs. Exhale, right fingers come down, step right foot forward, fold over the legs. Inhale, flat back. Shoulders down the back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep arms up. Let's rise to stand, hands in prayer above head. Exhale, prayer, hands to the heart. Drop the hands, palms facing forward. It's okay if you're sweating. I'm sweating. I'm also outside, but it's heating. Palms facing forward, shoulders relaxed. Maybe close your eyes and just bring your awareness to the breath. You may want to focus on breath in the nostrils or breath in the chest. I'll let you decide. So much for a short practice. Open the eyes and sweep the arms up overhead. Look at the hands in prayer. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale, flat back. As you're folding forward, before we hit flat back, I just want to point out that it really feels good to press your booty up as you're folding forward. It doesn't matter if your knees are bent or not. Press your butt up. Yeah. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fingers to the mat. Step both feet back into down dog. Press the heels down or maybe pedal out the feet if that feels good. Releasing tension in the hips. Inhale, bring that right leg up. Bend the right knee, stack open the hips. We're coming into pigeon. So bring your right knee behind the right wrist onto the mat and your right ankle behind the left wrist. Now, if you can't get a 90-degree bend in pigeon, that's okay. Just make sure that your right knee is behind the right wrist, and no matter what the bend is like, that your right ankle is just somewhere behind the left wrist. So even if it's like this, but you want to make sure you're using each side of the mat. So the hips stay square, okay? So make sure that right knee is on the right edge of the mat, and then bring your ankle to whatever level works for your hips. And then maybe walk the back leg back, lower the hips, bring the hands towards you, lift the chest. Exhale, relax the hips. Inhale, keep the right toes flexed. All right. And then for me, my back leg, some people like to lower the back to, press the top of the foot, place the top of the foot on the mat, the back foot. But I keep my toes curled because it helps me keep my hips square. So here you want right hip back, left hip forward. Lower the hips. Inhale into the chest. Exhale. Go ahead and walk the hands forward. Create length when you walk forward before you lower. And then either lower the forearms. You can maybe grab a block if you need that. Any height. And bring your forearms on the block. And if you're ready, if you're able to go all the way, stack your hands, lower your forehead on the tops of the hands. Every exhale breath is a gradual release of the hips and anything else that you're holding on to in the body and in the mind. Each exhale breath is your gateway to release. So use it for that. I'm going to be here for about 9 breaths. Make your inhales and exhales equal in length, smooth and patient and elongated breaths. Inhale, press yourself up, walk your hands towards you, and then you just come out. You can roll over to the right side to come out, back into down dog. Feels good to pedal out the feet, release any tension in the right hip. When you're ready, inhale, left leg up, bend the left knee, open the hips. Really press that left knee up too, guys. Up, up, up. Exhale, left knee behind left wrist, left ankle behind right wrist, or somewhere around there, but just make sure that left knee is on the left edge of the mat, behind that left wrist. Okay? Walk the back leg back, lower the hips as much as you can. You can have your left knee can be bent as much as you like. Your heel may be so close to your pelvis, okay? And that's fine, you guys, I promise. Okay? Wherever that is, you're going to feel it in the hip. Press the left hip back, right hip forward. Bring the hands back. Lift the chest. I like to push down in the ground a bit. I have a short torso, so you just got to do what feels good. You got to tap in. Inhale into the chest. Exhale, relax hips. Draw the belly in. It won't feel like you are, but you are. Just do it. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower hips, suck the belly in. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, walk the hands forward. Do what you did on the other side. One side is always tighter than the other, and that is normal. You see how you can also do this if you don't want blocks. You can stack your fists and then lower the forehead. Relax the shoulders. Relax the hips. Each exhale breath, you're just going to soften different parts of the body. Wherever you notice, whatever part of the body you notice holding on, the first place is normally the hips. People are normally holding their hips up. Exhale, release that. Soften that. Inhale. Exhale, maybe soften the jaws. Inhale. Exhale, soften the shoulders and the neck. Inhale. Exhale, soften anything that you like. Soften the thoughts. Soften any self-criticism that you may be doing or having. Any judgment. Any complaining. Flexing the left toes, making sure the breaths are equal in length, patient and smooth and long and deep. On the next inhale breath, coming back up, leaning over to the left. Come into down dog so that you can pedal out your feet. Pedal them out. And then lower the knees, cross the ankles, come lying down for Shavasana. Before you straighten the legs out, just arms out to the sides. Bring your feet to the edges of the mat, left foot to left edge, right foot to right edge. And then let your knees fall to the right, feet wide, knees fall to the right, turn the head to the left. If that feels good, but you feel like you can go deeper, take your right foot, that bottom foot, and place it on top of that left knee, the top knee. Flex the right toes so the feet don't fall off so easily. Turn your head to the left if you haven't already. Close the eyes and breathe deep into the left side of the body. Inhale, bring that right foot back to the right edge, knees back to center, head center. Exhale, feet still wide, knees fall to the left, turn the head to the right. Do the same thing you did on the other side. So if you took that bottom foot and placed it on the top knee, do it again. Relax all efforts here. Breathe deep into the right side now. The right side, the right back, right side of the back. Inhale, come back to the center with your knees. If you want, you can take happy baby or take knees to chest. Feels good on the lower back. If you're in happy baby, make sure the tailbone is still flat. Shoulder blades are flat. You can grab outer feet, outer ankles, rock from left to right. If you've got knees to chest, make circles. Make circles with your knees. Again, both are massaging around the spine and feel good. And when you're ready, release the feet, release the knees, straighten the legs out. Coming into Shavasana, arms out to the side, or maybe one hand on belly, one on heart, whichever you resonate with today. If arms are out to the side, palms are up, close the eyes. Come back to the rise and fall of the chest. Noticing the rise and fall of the chest with each inhale and exhale. Take a moment to focus, direct your attention to just that. Everything else is in the background, even my voice. Natural breaths, just observing rise and fall, the body breathing itself. If the mind wanders, remember our process. Notice, acknowledge, return. Those moments of acknowledgement are something to celebrate because you're noticing. Instead of things just happening automatically and what feels like so out of your control, you're noticing and you're taking back your control, your power. That is why it's worth celebrating every time. That, and you're sending your mind a good message when you celebrate for noticing. It's like a kid. It wants to keep you happy, really. I know it doesn't seem that way, but the only reason it doesn't seem that way is because you send it mixed signals. Come back to the breath, rise and fall. Begin to count your breaths backwards from the number 9 on the start of the next exhale, allowing yourself to sink deeper and deeper. The closer you get to the number 1, the further you surrender into relaxation. If your mind wanders, distracts, or you lose count, start back from 9. Start over. Notice, acknowledge, return.